incoming transmission from the planet.
So, as some of you may have known if you watched my commercial from last year, that I was a little bit angry. Actually, it helped me to choose the anger and the rage theme based upon the Wolverine film coming out, which unfortunately is not the third installment of Wolverine in order. What they did was they went about 200 comic books later. We don't get to meet the, if you went to the theater and you stayed past the credits, then Wolverine ended up in a bar after he got shot in the head and healed. He ended up in a bar and he met his future Japanese girlfriend. Well, they're skipping that part and they're going about 200 comic books ahead. But anyway, during the time I had gone back to Canada from Australia, I had met this really beautiful Chinese, descendant of Chinese, she's Canadian Chinese, in a coffee shop by the name of Sheila, and extremely beautiful. Like, you know, you can't walk in there and take your eyes off this girl. She is freaking amazing. So somehow we got to talking, we got friendlier, and I was in the coffee shop a lot because I go there before work because the job was so boring, and Sheila and I got friendlier and friendlier and friendlier. I started calling her, as I saw her, you know, cute, beautiful, amazing, gorgeous, you know, anything. And we began to become closer and closer and closer. So one day I walk into the coffee shop before work and I said to her, "Hey cute girl," because we had pretty much known each other by then. And she looked down, her boss was standing beside her. It's a really thin, bearded member of the gay community, a businessman. And she looked down at the table because apparently he didn't allow customers to say anything to his staff. And then she took the money for the order. The manager stood there for a while, and then he goes, and then without looking at me, looking at the ground himself while cleaning something with a cloth, he said, "What you said there," he said, "that was inappropriate." And don't ever say that again. And I was thinking, you walk in, you call a girl cute, and somehow that's inappropriate, don't ever say that again. And I wanted to just simply tell him off. So the order came, the manager got the order, put it on the counter, and he goes, "Here you go, bud." And, you know, that, I probably should have told this guy off, and I'm glad now that I didn't, because I think we would have got into one hell of a battle. But I had made a promise to myself that this asshole, the manager of a coffee shop, was never getting another penny from me again in business. I could not say anything to the manager or tell him off or insult him, because you know what? Sheila was standing right there, and I knew women don't like fights, and I knew that I can't do this in front of her because it would hurt her. You know, and I fell in love with Sheila, and I couldn't say anything to this guy because I wouldn't upset Sheila or do anything to hurt her ever in any way possible. Her happiness and her well-being meant more to me than my ever coming back to that coffee shop again. So I boycotted the place. And unfortunately that meant that we were separated, and I never got to see her again. All I could do was just walk up to the bus stop, which was in front of the coffee shop, look in, see her working, and then I regret it. I should have, because I'm not with this girl. No possibility of being with this girl, because I did look for her on campus to see if she was there, because she was a student as well. It was her last term, her last session. And I couldn't do anything about it, and then I regretted. You know, if you're not going to be with this girl, why the hell would you care if she was upset or anything like that? You should have just told the manager off. And then I realized afterwards that I had made the right decision, because I could see Sheila occasionally looking out the window, trying to pretend that she wasn't looking, but I could see that she was trying to look out of the corner of her eye to see if I was still there at the bus stop waiting for the bus, because I was going to the Starbucks across the street. So I was always in that area, and one time I noticed that Sheila came up to the windows by the sidewalk to clean the tables, and I was there. And then she was kind of looking up, pretending that she wasn't, and then I noticed that she went down to the counter, waited on a customer, and came back and cleaned that exact same table over again. That I had actually done the right thing. And I decided the theme of this season 7 is going to be the anger and the rage.